like the ocean, love you in slow motion. Anything it takes to make you stay. But I can't rely on you. Doesn't matter what I do. You say you need a time, I think you mean a buyout. Cause it's pretty clear you're on your way out. And though I understand it's hard sometimes to make up your mind in these trying times, yeah, I just can't accept you leaving me when I'm overseas with the heart so heavy. Think that I deserve the truth for once, not a guilty tone, cause you're not alone, yeah. You said you wanna come home, but I know you don't. So this time I won't hear it on the phone. If you got something to say to me, then say it to my face. What it's all about, why you're bailing out. Think you owe me an apology. Just say it to my face. You're sorry. You're so sorry. You're so sorry. You're so sorry. Say it to my face. You're sorry. And I quit my job for you, even quit some friends for you, cause you couldn't stand it, me all independent, so you had to have me for yourself. That was when I trusted you, when I could add up 2 and 2, when you promised we'd be together, you, me, forever. Now there's nothing left to lose. And though I understand it's hard sometimes to make up your mind in these trying times, yeah, I just can't accept you leaving me when I'm overseas with the heart so heavy. Think that I deserve the truth for once, not a guilty tone, cause you're not alone, yeah. You said you wanna come home, but I know you don't. So this time I won't hear it on the phone. If you got something to say to me, then say it to my face. What it's all about, why you're bailing out. Think you owe me an apology. Just say it to my face. You're sorry. You're so sorry. You're so sorry. You're so sorry. Say it to my face. You're sorry. This time I think I get it. This love was overrated. No more infatuated. And I blame it on you. I blame it on you. Yeah. This time I hope you get it. In love you shouldn't fake it. No, I'm old enough to take it. So just say it to me. Say it to me. So this time I won't hear it on the phone. If you got something to say to me, then say it to my face. What it's all about, why you're bailing out. Think you owe me an apology. Just say it to my face. You're sorry. You're so sorry. You're so sorry. You're so sorry. Say it to my face. You're sorry. change, the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you wear your hair. Change the way you dress, the way you kiss, everything, 'cause you are scared that I might leave you. Oh, why should I leave you? Baby, please don't talk to me that way. Don't talk to me that way. 'Cause I think you're perfect for me, just the way you are. And I don't ever want to leave you. Baby, don't you talk to me that way. And I'm sorry if I sound a little harsh, but I don't know how to get through to you. Because you don't seem to know that you are everything a girl could dream of. Baby, won't you hear me? Don't talk to me that way. 'Cause I think you're perfect for me, just the way you are. And I don't ever want to leave you. Baby, won't you hear me when I say, don't talk to me that way. 'Cause I think you're perfect for me, just the way you are. And I don't ever want to leave you. Baby, don't you talk to me that way. Don't talk to me that way. What a night, people dancing in slow motion, blurry eyes. But I've had enough, it's time to say goodbye. 3 a.m. as I'm walking home with a smile. Smoky moon all the shadows fade away. All your streets are empty lights begin to sway. 4 a.m. as I think, oh, Stockholm love. Sometimes I picture how life had been in Paris or New York or Shanghai. But you know what they say, east or west, our home is best. Warming rays, golden sunlight as the city wakes. Oh, my love for you will never fade away. 5 a.m. as I sing, oh, Stockholm love. Stockholm love. Sometimes I picture how life had been in Paris or New York or Shanghai. But you know what they say, east or west, our home is best. Warming rays, golden sunlight as the city wakes. Oh, my love for you will never fade away. 5 a.m. as I sing, oh, Stockholm love. Stockholm love.
So casually keep diving into concrete. So bittersweet. Huh? Keep losing sleep while driving in the backseat.
What's going on, y'all? What's going on? It's your boy J Red Unfiltered, back with another show. Oh man. Yeah. Oh man. So, all right. So let's go ahead and get started. I'm J Red Unfiltered. I'm back, and I'm glad you could be here. For those of you that are tuning in, that will be tuning in, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. You could be doing anything. You could be anywhere, but you chose to rock out with me for a while, so I appreciate you for that. Today I want to have a conversation. And this conversation, I'm not gonna lie, is gonna be basically spurred some by a specific person in the chat from earlier. And this person is not it's not unique to this person, but I've noticed a lot of people, specifically in the black community, in the black culture, and they typically align with a certain ideology within the black culture. Usually it's more towards leftism. I noticed that they have this uncanny, it's almost unnatural, just desire to defend Fannie Willis. And it's just, I've noticed just that the black community in large just really just wants to excuse her bad behavior, and it wants to just let her get off without any accountability. And I just think that that's really whack. You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, at the end of the day, it's not, people break the law every day. You know what I mean? People break the law every day. And I'm not saying that it's a good thing. I'm not saying that it's a good thing, but it's natural, right? But my thing is, why is it that the black community always has to be the ones that are championing and celebrating the worst kinds of people? And so let's just um let's just get an update about where we stand in this Fannie Willis situation.
If you've ever voted for my father, I'm asking you to chip in or even $25 to his campaign.
Back with a Fox News alert, Nathan Wade stepping down after a judge ruled Fulton County District Attorney Fani Willis could stay on, but only in the former President Trump's election case, interference case, if Wade did step down, if he resigned. So he did. Willis now remaining defiant while staying on the case, slamming what she calls, quote, unjustified attacks in the media. But it's not over yet. She's now facing a congressional subpoena by House Judiciary Chairman Jim Jordan, who's looking into whether Willis' office misused federal funds. So here to react is lawyer and former Georgia Congressman Doug Collins. Great to have you with us. So let's talk about this from Jim Jordan in the U.S. Congress first. The role that federal funds have played in this investigation and this case, and whether or not they've been misused. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I think really what we're looking at here is just another attack on what Fani Willis has done and denied, or tried to deny until it came out recently, that there was any contact with Washington and funds that are available to a district attorney's office to prosecute cases, and how were they actually entered.
So again, for those of you that aren't familiar with this case, basically what we're dealing with is a woman who's being accused of benefiting financially from hiring her boyfriend, who she didn't tell anybody was her boyfriend, but hiring her boyfriend to work on a case, right? The judge basically just ruled that there was the appearance of impropriety, and therefore demanded that either Fannie Willis step down and her whole office step down, or Nathan Wade steps down. Okay, this decision has basically, you know what I mean, it's not really pleased anybody, because on one hand, a lot of people feel like she just, the judge basically just gave her the easy way out. And then there are other people that feel like, well, she didn't do anything wrong, so this is just a witch hunt anyway. And then there are other people that are just happy she didn't get disqualified. Shout out to B Fry. But basically, what the judge ruled was that there was the appearance of impropriety, while the defense did not actually provide enough evidence to prove conflict of interest. The defense did not provide adequate evidence to prove actual conflict of interest, but the judge ruled that there was an appearance of impropriety. So that appearance of impropriety is what spurred him to then say, either you step down or Nathan Wade steps down. So that's what we're looking at now. So guess what? What do you think is going to happen, right? Fani throws Nathan Wade under the bus. Nathan Wade steps down almost immediately, and Fani accepts his resignation almost as immediately. And this is like I said, this is what we're dealing with now. We're just getting the backstory of what we're dealing with before we go into this, because like I said, we know that if you've been watching me for any amount of time, you know that I believe that black culture is trash. I don't just think that black culture is trash and say black culture is trash to say black culture is trash. It is because I believe that black culture celebrates and champions trash behavior, trash people, and then it rebukes and basically pushes back against anything that's positive, right? So that's why we're talking about people like Fani Willis, because she is what you would think on paper, right? She is what you would think would be someone that you would emulate, right? And my question for everyone is Fani Willis the type of woman that you want your young women looking up to? Is she the type of woman that you want your young women looking up to? And actually, in fact, we're going to put that as the poll question. Is Fani a good example for young women? Let me know what you guys think. Let me know what you guys think. Like I said, I care about what you guys got to say. So do you want your daughters? Do you want your nieces? Do you want your little sisters? Do you want them to actually to be like Fani?
Wine. It's going to be hard, frankly, from a former member. I was ranking member with Jim on judiciary. It's going to be hard to get her to participate.
Sorry, guys. Struggle.
On an iPhone, Copilot, your everyday AI companion. Tapping Create
and denied or tried to deny until it came out recently that there was any contact with Washington and funds that are available to a district attorney's office to prosecute cases, and how were they actually intertwined. It's going to be hard, frankly, from a former member. I was ranking member with Jim on judiciary. It's going to be hard to get her to participate in this given the case ongoing, but laying the groundwork, threatening contempt is exactly what needs to be done, because you just can't ignore what Congress is.
If you're just coming into the stream, I just want to say thank you for tuning in. I appreciate you. And, you could be doing anything, but I appreciate you for rocking out with me. Thank you.
Looking into this.
And I believe it did come up that there were several trips to Washington, D.C., either Nathan Wade or Fani Willis or both. And the question is, who did they meet with in Washington, D.C. during the origination of this case? Here's what Jim Jordan has written in the subpoena to Willis. She has until March 28th to comply, by the way. He wrote, the committee has yet to receive any additional response materials in the 3 weeks since your initial response. If you fail to do so, the committee will consider taking further action, such as the invocation of a contempt of Congress proceeding. That's what you were talking about, contempt of Congress. But now I'd love,
Woo. So basically, throughout this whole case, things have come out. Basically, it's even come out that she was meeting with Kamala Harris in the White House and other people. They were linking up, and so now this whole entire case could be a conspiracy. This whole entire case could be a conspiracy. So I guess members of Congress, they've decided that they're going to investigate this, and Fani is being defiant. Isn't that a surprise? But let her tell it. They're just going after democracy. Let her tell it. They're just, let her tell it, oh, it's just because she's a black woman. Let her tell it, they're the ones that are corrupt.
Congressman, I know you serve in the United States Congress. You're familiar with Georgia. There's also accountability potentially for Fani Willis in the state of Georgia, where there's a Georgia Senate investigation as well. What power would they have? Everybody's pointing to the strong language the judge used, kind of rebuking her, while not removing her, rebuking her and her behavior. Well, what would that add up to? What can the Georgia Senate do to Fani Willis?
Well, see,
I would love to see Fanny's face when she was reading that document. I'm not even going to fake it. I would love to see her face when she was reading what the judge was saying about her hair. I would love to see her face. I would pay money for that.
It's going to be an interesting perspective is how they put forward, because there's so many options still out there. They have just introduced a new prosecuting accountability council, if you put it that way. The Senate is gathering information and putting it under oath that can then also possibly lead to bar or disbarment. And I think that's going to be something that is very much on the table for both Nathan Wade and Fani Willis at this point that they've got to look at. It's also, remember, Will, I want to point out.
Oh, what about Terrence Bradley? What about him? What about him? Terrence Bradley probably needs to be disbarred, just so you know. Like, if anybody needs to be disbarred, it's Terrence Bradley first, then Fani, then Nathan.
For somebody, this is the second time in this case that a judge in Fulton County has basically slammed Fani Willis's behavior. It happened on Judge McBurney when she got involved with the Lieutenant Governor Burt Jones and was banned from prosecuting or attempting to prosecute him because she participated politically against him. And now this is building up. This is not a good day for Fani Willis, no matter how they want to spin it, because when the judge says there's an odor basically about this case, they got jury issues to deal with. They're going to have appeal issues. The next big thing for everybody to watch is, will this judge allow a certificate of immediate review to go ahead on this appeal, which will definitely come in this. And if he does, then this case could be delayed indefinitely.
You know, the thing about her behavior, though, Doug, is while it might offend the illegal community, it might offend politicians, and maybe there's some accountability. The question is, does it offend the electorate? Because that is a democratically elected position in Fulton County, as in so many places, and whether or not that performance by Fani Willis plays with the voters in Fulton County. Doug, we got to leave it there, but we'll talk to you again next time. Thank you.
Sounds good. Take care.
I'm Steve Ducey.
And that's the key right there. His last sentence is the key right there. It's the voters. People are going to vote for her. People voted her in. And that's the thing. It just appears to me that en masse, not the black community has no issue with her behavior. The black community has no issue with what she's done. The black community doesn't have any issues with how she acted. The black community is not going to hold her accountable. They're not going to hold her accountable for sleeping with a married man. And for all the people, like, there are people literally that don't understand that this woman was sleeping with a married man. But this is the type of woman that you want little girls to look up to, right? Black woman corrupt with power. Just corrupt with it. It's just insane. Let's check out some other evidence of the character of Fani Willis, per se. And what better than to actually look at her behavior? Let's just look at it. We're not even going to watch the whole thing. Let's just watch some of her behavior.
At a place where you were living between 2019 and 2021.
So you want to start with the lie that he lived with me in South Fulton in 2019?
Look at her. Just automatically. You want to start with the lie that
a home he's never been to? That's one lie you told in your document.
Judge, I didn't ask her about that.
Ms. Merchant, I want you to ask a very precise question. I think she's saying and answering that he did not live with her. So why don't we break that up into smaller parts?
I didn't ask about living.
Why is the judge allowing her to call her a liar? Why is the judge allowing her? See, now, because we have to be critical of this kind of stuff. She couldn't just say he didn't live with me. She couldn't just say that. It was just too much for her to say, oh, he didn't live with me. She had to say, oh, you started with the lie that he lived with me. It's just crazy. Smash TJ says, keep chipping away, Jay. I appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you for the comment too. Hope all is well. Yeah, but no, I'm not gonna give her no slack at all. No, because there are people that are defending this behavior, and that's really the sad part. Like this woman was acting a fool, and there are people that are defending this. That's what really blows me.
Put in your, while we're talking about professionalism, while we're talking about professionalism, she put in 3 different documents. He lived with me.
Full opportunity to respond.
In
And
2000
filed that with the court.
Look at her.
In 2019,
He's never been to South Fulton. In 2019, I lived in South Fulton. He has never been to my residence in 2019.
Attitude.
Ever. Not once.
in
2020?
2019, he's never been to your residence, any place.
I lived in my home in South Fulton before I started getting the threats that were here. A house.
What is so hard about a yes or no answer? Did he live with you or not? Did he live with you or not? This, guys, okay, now we're going to start having some real talk now. This is what you call a hyena. This is a hyena. This is what you hear people talking about on YouTube now. This is that behavior. She can't just say yes or no. She's being intentionally overly combative. She's being overly combative. It's not even just like in the way where it's just like, oh yeah, no, you can tell it's hardball. No, she's doing too much. She's doing too much. And that's why the judge said what he said about her.
I paid for with my own sweat and tears. I'm no longer able to live there. But in 2019, I did. And in the 2 months of 2019 that I knew Mr. Wade, 3 months, the beginning of October, all of November, and all of December, Mr. Wade never came to my house in South Fulton. Let me help you out. I lived there in 2020. He never came to my house in 2020, let alone live with me, as you put falsely in these documents.
Look at her.
In the
Look
first
at
3
her.
months of 2021, when I could still enjoy my home, Mr. Wade never came to South Fulton, and it is certainly a lie that
All this, she just went on a whole diatribe. All this, she could have yes or no answers. Like, come on.
he lived with me.
She's an attorney. She would never allow somebody to do her like that. She wouldn't. Like, come on.
So in 2020, so you said 2019, 2020, did Mr. Wade ever visit you at a place that you
He
resided?
has never been to my home in South Fulton. 2020 was before I knew that a phone call was going to be made and I was going to have to abandon my home. As a result thereof, he never visited, lived at, came to, or has seen South Fulton.
You qualified that with your home in South Fulton.
That's where I lived in 2020.
2020, did he ever visit you at a place that you resided?
Okay. I don't understand. You're going to give me guys. In 2020, I lived in South Fulton.
Okay.
That's the only place I lived in South Fulton. That's before I had to abandon my home, Judge.
All right.
And at my
Well,
home
I
in
think we're
South
gonna clarify
Fulton,
this. We'll break it
he never
Look at
came
that
there, okay?
attitude. Look
So
at
if
it.
you don't come someplace, you can't live there.
Ms. Willis, I'm going to have to caution you. This is going to be my first time I have to caution you. We have to listen to the questions as asked. And if this happens again and again, I'm going to have no choice but to strike your testimony. So, I need to break this down. Ms. Merchant's
Look at her. She got so much attitude. So much attitude. Ugh, look at that. It's just gross. Oh, that's just gross. Ugh. Oh. If first time here, just letting you know, comments get priority because you guys could be doing anything, but I want you to know that I appreciate you. So anytime you want to share your comments, thank you. I appreciate it. It helps the show. I got your back says the smoking gun is if it is true that she and Wade visited the White House before making these charges. If it's true, it smells like a conspiracy to me. Yep, absolutely. Absolutely. And you know what? I got your back. There's a saying. There is a saying that if it smells like smoke or where there's smoke, there's fire. Where there's smoke, there's fire. And that's all I want to that's what I want to impress upon people. Like where there is smoke, there's fire. So come like yes, this situation is turning into something way bigger. And that's why I say this is important. This situation is important. It's important. I got your back says, I agree with you. She's a horrible role model for black girls and women, and the community is trash. Too much support for the wrong people. Absolutely. And then it's not even just that they support the bad people, but they literally will rebuke and fight against the people that try to do good. So it's no balance. It's just complete negativity. And it's just sad. It's just sorry. You know what I mean? That's just what I feel like. That's just my opinion. Thank you for your comments.
I believe is
let's get back to this. Look at her bad behavior and tell me that this is how you want your daughter to handle herself in public. This is how you want your niece, your little sister, young women, you know what I mean? Like, come on. This is not the example that the black community wants. This is not the representative that the black community needs. And that's just the truth of the matter. The black community doesn't need this kind of representative. And if you think you do, then you're part of the problem. You're part of the problem. But if you disagree, let me know. Feel free. Just might cam up tonight.
Asking whether you lived anywhere other than South Fulton.
I got your back says it is a mess. Been feeling this way for years. Yeah, same. Same. So I understand. It's crazy. It's crazy. It's crazy. It really is. I'm gonna get back to this video though. Thank you for your comments.
I did not live anywhere but South Fulton, Georgia in 2020. That is before I began my prosecution of this case, and it was my plan to only live there.
Did Mr. Wade ever visit you at the condo that you leased from Miss Yurdi?
He visited that condo, yes.
He did.
Yes.
Did he ever spend the night at that condo?
No.
Just visited.
Yeah, but he did visit for sure.
Did you ever go out to eat together?
We know, we remember those cell phone records that came out, guys. Well, see, that's the thing about semantics, right? See, because look, this isn't even speculation. We know from those cell phone records that, or in the text messages that they released that, aren't, real evidence according to some people. But we know that there were cell phone traces of him leaving there or getting there at about 10, 11 o'clock and leaving at like 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning. So yes, technically she could be right that he never spent the night. He just visited. So technically she could be right. She could be right here. But if she knows what Ashley Merchant is asking, and she means that was he over there clapping the cheeks. That's the truth of the matter. So, I mean, yeah. Good one, Fani. I see what you're doing there.
Other than the lunches you talked about during
2020?
2019 or 2020?
I would think that we probably went to lunch, but it wouldn't have been, let me think, 2019. I'm going to say, I don't know. I'm going to say we probably broke bread someplace in 2019. I don't remember it, but it seems like we would have broke bread sometime in 2019. So I'm going to
look. Do y'all notice her masculine traits? Just those masculine traits and that masculine energy about her. Oh, we probably broke bread. Oh, we probably broke bread. Like, oh yeah, like, oh, like am I the only one that notices this? That just that masculine, just tough aura about her. It's kind of it's repulsive in my opinion. But maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you like that. But I'm just saying, I just noticed that every time she opens up her mouth, it's like, oh, it's like a hyena in a dress. Jesus.
Say yes, although I have no recollection. But it seems to me like I go out to eat and drink with pretty much
Look at her, just
everyone,
from the way that she sits back in her chair, like a man. Am I tripping? Does she not have that kind of deposition? Goodness gracious. Maybe I'm
gonna say
tripping.
yes.
So outside of the vacations that we've already talked about, did you ever go out to dinner with Mr. Wade?
I mentioned to you that
I'm going to object as to what time period. We're asking very.
First, before her lawyer saved her, look, she was about to just go on another diatribe. She was about to, instead of just answering a yes or no question, everything has to be attitude.
Big questions. I thought we were treating the witness as hostile on the 6/11. We're no longer doing that. So we're going to go back and forth. We need to be more specific with our questions if we're going to treat her as hostile.
All right, Ms. Merchant, it's not so much. I think you can elect between leading and open-ended questions, but I think we are still wondering about, and I think we need to get back on track of focusing on the financial benefit or the relationship.
And my next question about if you did, who paid when you went out to dinner?
He paid, I paid.
You both paid.
Okay, so let me be real clear. We didn't say, oh, the bill is $102. You give $51, I'll give $51. I don't operate like that with my girlfriends. I don't operate like that with anyone. He caught the bill, I caught the bill, whomever.
Did you ever pay him through Cash App?
No.
You only ever paid him through cash?
Well, yes. We're talking about, I'm very confused
You've
now.
never given Mr. Wade money through Cash App?
No.
The only money you've ever given him outside of a contract is cash.
I didn't give him money in a contract, so that was cute, but I didn't give him money outside in a contract.
Look at that. God, that was cute. How is it cute? That's a valid question. You're telling me that you only give somebody money back in cash. The reason why she's asking is because if you give them back something through Cash App, then there will be record that you gave it to him. But there is no record because you never gave him the money. That's what she's saying. That's what she's saying. So that's why you're saying she is that cute. Michael Marciano says she doesn't have a right. She doesn't have a right to be offended. Who do you mean, Fani? Fani doesn't have a right to be offended. No, she doesn't. No, I don't see that. PRV says the judge's decision is disgraceful. They all lied in his court. They're facts, absolute facts. Perjury to the 10th degree. It was just disgraceful. It was disgraceful. They all lied in his court. It broadcast to Fani that she can continue her unethical behavior and get away with anything. Absolutely. And the black community is also demonstrated that it is okay with bad behavior as long as you're black. So, I mean, it just seems, because even throughout this whole thing, they've been championing and celebrating her throughout all this. No matter what has been proven to be fact about what she was doing, her bad behavior, her unethical behavior, her just bad morals as a person, but yet and still people still will sit there and fight for her and defend her because she's black. For no other reason. It's disgraceful. And Fani she's just really a despicable person, if we really being honest. If we really being honest, Fani is like one of those mob bosses. She's like one of those mob bosses. And she's that powerful that she really might be like that in real life. But guess what? I can't prove it. I can't prove it, but I know that she had Terrence Bradley sweating up a storm when he was in that courtroom, though. I know that. I Got Your Back says she comes across as cocky and arrogant to me. Absolutely. I agree. I absolutely agree. She comes across as really cocky and arrogant. It's really kind of gross. It really is very cocky, very arrogant, and masculine. I'm gonna be honest. That's what I see. I see man energy when she opens up her mouth and when she's sitting back, when she's holding her chin, when she's doing all that, and then when she do that little pointing thing, then the black woman comes out. But she's just really masculine. I'm not gonna lie. That's just my opinion. I Got Your Back says she's one of those blacks who have bought into the illusion of inclusion. Yeah, absolutely. They carry themselves like they are above everyone else until they get their wake up call. Yeah, but no, I agree with you, but the problem is she's in bed. She's in bed with the with Kamala Harris and them. So is she ever gonna get that wake up call? Because it doesn't get any deep. It doesn't get any deeper than that part of the deep state. If we really being honest, whew, Jesus Christ. But Fani, I mean, if we being honest, Fani is she's not a good representation of what girls or what young women should want to be like. She's not a good representation of what men will want in a woman. If we just being honest, unless we're talking about male hyenas, but then guess what? Those male hyenas are part of the problem too. Male hyenas uphold the hyena structure in the black community. When I say that the black community is a culture of hyenas, male hyenas are necessary in upholding that. Because guess what? Without that, males would be able to take it over, and women wouldn't be able to enforce the rules that they want to. This dominance that women want to enforce. They're only allowed to do that because other men allow them to or help them do it. That's the truth. That's the truth. So we have to put the blame on male hyenas just as much as we do on female hyenas, because guess what? The male hyenas are just as bad because they enforce the psychological prison that female hyenas are trying to put on men. And that's the truth. And this is not all women, because we can't ignore traditional women. We can't ignore good modern women. But we cannot ignore the fact that women like Fani, and this is what people would try to push to you and tell you that it's okay and that this is the way it's supposed to be. When it's wrong. It's backwards. It's backwards. Then there'll be other men that are telling you that it's okay to be like that. Just be you. Just be like that. It's okay. When it's not. When it's not. That's the truth of the matter.
What happened? No, we're going to answer it since you said it. He worked more hours than he was paid, and the county paid him for the work that he did. So don't be cute with me and then think that you're not going to get an answer.
And I will ask you about the contract in a minute. I asked you about cash. Did you ever pay him anything? And I'm trying to qualify my questions. I'm not talking about the contract with Fulton County that was paid. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about outside of that. Did you ever pay him anything other than cash?
I've only given him cash a few times in the course of what we're talking about.
So you've
if
never
we would go to dinner,
let her finish her answer.
if we would go to dinner, I wouldn't give him cash because he paid for dinner or I paid for dinner. I've given him cash only a few times in life, probably 4.
Okay.
Probably the most money I've ever handed him is $2,500. The least amount of money I've handed him, probably between $500 and $1,000.
You never wrote him a check?
Ma'am, I don't have checks.
That's a valid question when you saying that you giving them back money in cash. My bad, I got your back. And PRV. Let's read these comments real quick. Yes, the masculine energy was on full display. Absolutely. I got your back says, oh, yeah, it's really disgusting. I really hate that, and I hate to see women acting like that. I really do. Um, I got your back says she will. They always do. She's just a pawn right now. We know how the Dems play the race card. Yeah, that's you know what? You're right. You're right. She will. She will. She'll see. Um, I believe that no matter how powerful anyone is, they will not escape karma, nor the judgment of God when doing wrong. That's true too. Yeah, that's valid. That's very valid. You know what I mean? They can try, but yeah. No, that's true. That's true. Thank you guys for y'all comments. I appreciate you. I'm glad you tuning in too. Really appreciate you. You got like I said, you guys could be anywhere, but you guys are here rocking it out with me, and I appreciate you for that. So let's get back into the video.
So you have no proof of any reimbursement for any of these things because it was all cash, right?
The testimony of one witness is enough to prove a fact.
So my
Are you
question was,
telling
do
me
you
that
have
I'm
any
lying to you?
proof?
Is that what you're intimating right here?
I'm asking if you have any proof that you paid him any of these
The
monies.
proof is what I just told you.
You have no written proof. Is that correct?
So I have some,
That's a yes or no question. That's why the woman asked you if you paid him in Cash App. Because guess what? If there was Cash App, then there'd be a record of it. If you paid him back wire transfer, or if you paid him back, like there will be record of it. It's just crazy. It's just crazy. Am I tripping? PRV says private in public. LOL. Yeah, Fanny is something else. She's something else. She's something else. She's something else. Good point.
probably some transactions like in Belize. I probably spent $500 on my card in Belize. I spent 800. I can't
flex. Look at her trying to flex. He's trying to flex. I spent, I might have spent a little bit in Belize. You hear the way she say that southern accent, Belize. I know. PRV says her sense of entitlement was disgusting. Should have known that if she conducted herself like that in front of a judge, then she knew she had nothing to worry about. That's a good point. But really, can you imagine how she acts at home? Can you imagine what it's like to get into a fight with her, like a regular couples fight with her, like to have a disagreement with her? Can you imagine what it was like living with her? That's crazy. That's crazy to me.
Remember $900 on each of our tickets to go to Belize. I did the $700. I probably got some minor expenses in Aruba that would be on a card.
And the reason why I'm showing why I love this particular interaction between Fani Willis and Ashley Merchant, right, is because Ashley Merchant, we know that, I mean, she's a decent looking woman, but come on, she's not like ugly or anything like that, but she's not like a super attractive woman, right? But she acts like a woman. Ashley Merchant is feminine for the most part. She's, you know what I mean? She doesn't demonstrate traits that will make her seem not feminine, right? But Fani Willis, on the other hand, a black woman, a powerful black woman, gets up there and she acts the way she does. And that's what makes people, and then people wonder why they have this idea and this image of black people. When the quote unquote best of us perform the way they do. It's like really pay attention just to the way, and then think about what Ashley Merchant has been able to accomplish in this trial and how she was able to get her voice heard, and even to the point where the Senate, where she went in front of the Senate and was able to really prove and stand behind the things that she said. Look how she carries herself versus how Fani carries herself. It's not attractive.
But for the most part, for those trips, other than, so the 2 cruises, I gave him money for those before we ever left, because they were pre-booked. Let me answer.
Well, the question was if you had any written proof. And so
I've answered you that I've had written proof.
We can move to the next question if you've answered if you had any written proof, and that was my question.
I want to make sure that we're clear that for the 2 cruises,
Judge, I asked if she gave him written proof.
We're not going to talk over each other. Ms. Merchant, she answered your question, so we can ask the next question. Ms. Willis and Ms. Cross will have plenty of opportunities to let you clarify your answers when it's her turn.
Thank you, Judge. Knowing your role as district attorney, you know that public funds are scrutinized and money is scrutinized and things like that. You understand.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
You understand you're under a microscope. You have reporting requirements, all of those types of things. You have no record other than your testimony of the money that you've given Mr. Wade.
You've already asked.
Shout out to Robert Oliver. He says standards are for white folks. shout out to Robert Oliver, because if you know, there's a reason why this stream is happening right now. Shout out to Robert Oliver. It's not him, but there's a reason why this stream is happening right now. Thanks for stopping through, Robert. I appreciate you.
That question. Let's keep going.
When you took office, you had a tax lien of $4,600. Did you pay that with cash when you made that tax lien whole?
I probably paid through however you pay.
Okay. So, but you were saying that you had amounts of cash. You still had that lien in 2022 when you were dating Wade and going on these trips. So the cash that you gave him, that could have been used to pay this tax lien off?
You gonna tell me how to pay my bills?
I'm gonna object. This is not relevant as it relates to why we're here today.
Ms. Merchant, are you trying to establish that she was insolvent in some way?
I definitely was trying to establish that she did not have these mass amounts of cash that she's talking about, yes.
All right. Re-ask the question.
You had a tax lien in 2022, $4,600.
Did you say I did?
And you did not use this cash that you had to reimburse Mr. Wade to pay that off, correct?
No.
Okay.
I went shopping too when I didn't pay it off.
And you talked about, you gave a lot of interviews to some authors in a book called Finding the Books, right?
I would not characterize it as a lot. I probably have spoken to them 2 or 3 times.
My question is relevant as to.
I think it's already come up that finances are discussed in the book. I'll overrule that.
Thank you.
Ms. Wilson, you can continue your answer.
What came up with Mr. Wade as it relates to hearsay statements that he was asked about in relation to what Ms. Willis may or may not have said in relation to an author. So it's not relevant to the testimony that's occurring at this time.
I think Ms. Merchant has said that inside the book, she also makes a statement as to her own finances, and that's at issue.
So you gave interviews to the authors of this book, correct?
Once or twice.
Okay. And
just to be comprehensive, I don't know if it was 3 times, 2 or 3 times, I think.
You were quoted in the book, and I will give you a chance to say if this is a misquote. You were quoted, when they asked you about if you wanted to run for office for DA, you were quoted, "I really don't want to be financially effed up again." Do you remember saying that?
So what that refers to,
B. Fry says Merchant is inept, but B. Fry says Merchant is inept, but guess what? My retort to that is Merchant is feminine. Merchant is also feminine, B. Fry, just so you know. It's all love, though. It's all love. This stream is for you, but it's all love. It's all love. Seriously though. Appreciate you for stopping by. But yeah, you said Merchant is inept. Well, guess what? My argument is Merchant is feminine. I'll take it. I'll take it.
My question first is if you remember saying that.
I remember saying something similar to that, but I would like to be able to explain what that's in reference to. That's not in reference to anything else. It was a huge sacrifice to be district attorney in Fulton County. Huge. I was doing just fine. I had a municipal court judgeship that was paying me $100-something thousand a year, and you got to show up twice a week. Easiest thing I've ever done in life. I also had private clients that were paying me to represent them, so I was able to have a law practice and that. Raising two daughters by myself, there were times in life where things were hard. And so I was telling people, I don't really run for DA. I don't want to run for DA. I'm in a good position right now. I got this easy job that I enjoy, being the chief judge of the city of South Fulton. I'm making money at the law firm, and I'm not sure that I want to make this sacrifice. And why does it always have to be me? Eventually, I prayed. I think that I was the appropriate person. I think that I did.
Oh, right. I remember. You remember, guys. God is the one who told her to do all this. Remember, God is the one that's guiding all her steps. Remember that's what she told the church. God is the one that said to prosecute Trump. God is the one that's encouraging her. But I wonder, was God with her when she was sleeping with that married man? I just want to know. I just need to know. Questions that need answers. Inquiring minds would like to know. Was God with Fani when she was sleeping with that married man?
So when you're referring to that, what I'm saying is, why should I make a sacrifice again? And what I was not talking about is being district attorney. Once you get elected district attorney, you're in a fine financial position. I make over $200,000 a year. What I was talking about is I ran for judge. When I ran for judge, I took $50,000 of my personal money out of my retirement, and that money ended up being lost. And I know when you bet on yourself, you're going to have to bet money on yourself. And so what I was talking about was not wanting to go through the personal financial expense of running for office. By no means did I think.
Robert Oliver says, "Be fried. Don't you agree that black folks should not have standards?" This is from earlier, guys. And be fried, which is a great question considering. Be fried. There you go, Rob. No, I don't agree. Everyone should have standards. Okay. Okay. I love y'all. Rob, God made her a strong single black woman so she could sleep with a strong married black man. Yeah, I love it. I love it. That's what I'm saying. It's a great point. It's a great point. Great point.
I was going to be financially in a bad position once I won. Let's talk about what I was up against, because it's important to understand that comment. I had a district attorney who had been here for 24 years. People, it's very relevant as to what my mindset was about this. So I'm trying to answer your
defiance. That's defiance.
Question. So what I was saying is
tailored solely to finance.
Right, but it is about my finances. If I didn't, nobody put me in this seat. So I had already run for office once. I had spent $50,000 of my own money running, and it was vamoose, nothing. And so when I'm talking to those offers, I'm talking about the contemplation of the sacrifice of the run, not the sacrifice of once you become DA.
It's insubordination, B. Fry. That's what it doesn't matter how you call it. That's not how it works. You answer the question and then you give context if allowed. And the judge already explicitly said, answer the question as asked, and then your lawyer will then be able to give you chance to explain yourself in cross-examination. That's literally what cross-examination is for. That's the reason why it works the way it works. So I got your back says that's what annoys me. She brings in God and goes to church to get support, but admitted to adultery and fornication, and she lied under oath. But black folks in the Christian community is quiet on this. And not just that, but the church, the pastor actually had the audacity to let this woman in behind the pulpit on more than one occasion and speak to the congregation like she's a minister. That's insane to me. That's insane. You're right. I got your back. You're right. She's insane. That is insane. You are absolutely right. You're absolutely right. And the black church should be held accountable for that too, because you shouldn't be. No, see, okay. Let's have a real talk real quick. When is the church gonna get out of these political situations? I do not believe that the church is the place, or the pulpit is the place where people should be inserting their political opinions or their political views. That's not what it's for. That's not what it's for. And at the end of the day, you're misrepresenting your position. And that's the truth of the matter. So when you sit there and you're endorsing these people and you're telling people who to vote for and doing all that thing, right, whether it's for the right or the left, I don't agree with it. I think that it's wrong and you shouldn't do it. Your pulpit is for you to teach the word of God. Teach the word of God, leave it at that. What you do in your own time outside of the pulpit is another matter. But behind that pulpit, your responsibility is to teach the word of God. And that is what you will be held accountable for. If you leading people down different ways and different paths, or allowing people to come into your speak to your congregation just because of a position, no, that's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. That's wrong. I'm sorry, and that's just how I feel. Robert Oliver says, "Be Fry. How many married men are acceptable for her to sleep with, and to sleep with as employees?" That's a great question. See, B Fry, what you got to understand is we're just trying to. Robert is just trying to gauge, basically. We're just like, we're just trying to gauge, like where, like what is your bar? Like what is your standards, man? Like, come on, because you say that Fani is a queen. You call this a queen. We're sitting here watching this together, and you're calling her a queen. But then you say that you believe that the black community has standards. That's an oxymoron. So we're trying to figure out where it is that you're drawing the line here. And I personally would like to know too. I would like to know, where are you drawing the line? Because if Fani is a queen, then the black community is doomed. That's the truth. And if we're just really being honest, if she's a queen, if Fani is a queen, then the black community is doomed. So that's why he's asking you what he's asking you, B Fry. So stop tap dancing around the points and have the conversation. Let's figure out what the bar is, because if we're being honest, you're the inspiration for the stream tonight. I'm sorry, but I mean that like respectfully though. You're the inspiration for the stream tonight. I just need to understand the bar. I need to understand the bar. I need to, for myself, from my inquiring mind. I need to know, what is the bar? What is the what's the differentiator between a masculine, basically just manipulative, aggressive, just basically a mob boss, because that's what she is. She's a mob boss. The way she called Terrence Bradley, the way that she behaved, yeah, Fani is a mob boss. But the way that she acts aside, this woman is adulterous and slanderous at best. And on top of that, she makes herself look bad in public. She's a poor representation of the black community, but you call her a queen. You call her a queen. So if she's a queen, what is your standard? What's your standard? I mean, Robert is asking you great questions. Answer them. What is your standard? What is the bar? What is the threshold? Oh, Jesus Christ. B. Fry's, again, not answering the question, but he says, Queen, not perfect. She had the dexterity to make it through this. B. Fry says she's a mother and a pillar in our society, but still refuses to answer the question. Robert Oliver, how many married men are acceptable for asking the question? And is she a proper role model for young black women? So B. Fry is once again determined not to answer the question. So we're gonna keep it moving. We're gonna keep it moving. You had your fun, B. Fry, but you know if you're not gonna actually play by the rules, then you know what I mean. I'm sorry, but we're not. You know what I'm saying? Can't you know? But anyway.
Were against me. I was likely going to lose the election based on who I was running against. So that needs to be in the appropriate context.
Isn't it true that the authors also wrote, and you can dispute this if you'd like, that you were broke after that race?
The 2018 race.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a hard race. I wasn't broke like I didn't have any.
And by the way, people, if you're looking at the chat section, when B. Fry says that Wade is not married, that's an absolute lie. Nathan Wade is married as we speak. Right now, Nathan Wade is currently married. This is a lie. The difference is the difference between being wrong and telling a lie. But B. Fry, we've already explained to B. Fry that he's married, and B. Fry's argument is that he's not spiritually married. So at the end of the day, B. Fry is being intentionally dishonest. Nathan Wade is 100% married right now. He's separated, going through a divorce, but the man is married, legally married. Man is legally married, so it's not true. Robert Oliver says, yes, he was not married before he got married. It's true. And B. Fry says she's a role model. And B. Fry is the type of people that I'm talking about that champion bad behavior. So therefore, it goes to prove my point. B. Fry says Wade's relationship was unretrievable after she slept with his best friend. It doesn't matter. Then get divorced. Get divorced. End of story. I got your back says they have no standards. Absolutely. Absolutely, I got your back. And B. Fry is proving it. They have no standards. It's everything is okay. It's okay. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The sanctity of marriage, the legalities of marriage, they don't matter. According to B. Fry, if you check out, then it's okay. Everything's off the table. Everything's off the table. I got your back says cherry pickers in the room. Yeah, I agree. I agree. It's just sad. Like, we not finna just sit here and just act like oh my God, like Nathan Wade. Like, I'm sorry, it's not okay. We either have standards or we don't. That's the truth of the matter. We either have standards or we don't. And I 100% am standing behind the fact that that you're either married or you're single. If you're single, then do what you want. Do what you want. If you're married, you do it outside of marriage, then it's adultery. It's just, it's just the same thing that people like to say about when they talk about babies and unaliving babies and pregnant women, right? And they say whether the pro-choice, right? Pro-choice versus pro-life. And they always like to say, well, it's not alive yet. It's not alive yet. No, when I say I'm pro-choice, I mean that I believe that this is what I believe people, if they were honest, they would say is what they would say if they're pro-choice, right? Because me, I'm not really pro-choice, but at the end of the day, I'm pro do whatever you want to do. You know what I mean? But I think that if you acknowledge that you have to acknowledge that what you're doing is you're unaliving something that is alive. And if you can't acknowledge that, then you maybe don't deserve to have the choice. That's my point, my position. Robert Oliver says, is she a role model for young women who want to snag married men? What can she teach young black women who want a husband? Anybody's husband. Robert Oliver says, I got your back. Cherry pickers is why Biden is flying in illegals. They needed to pick them. That's funny. B. Fry says, so we agree about being what's married. I agree with Wade. The paperwork is man-made. The spirit of love takes place without paperwork. That's still wrong, because guess what? If you believe in spiritual marriage, then guess what? God doesn't even accept divorce. If that's the case, you don't even believe in divorce. God also doesn't agree with divorce. So if you're going to get divorced, spiritually, you still have to go through the proper protocols in order to separate. So at the end of the day, B. Fry, your argument is nonsensical. At the end of the day, I get that you feel how you feel, but your argument is nonsensical. So, I mean, good counsel says, I love the way you spelled that. Good counsel says she is a role model for those who want to be professional ratchets. What professional gets on the stand and acts and talks like how she did? Exactly. And that's the truth. But that's why I say that she almost acts like a hyena in a dress. That's literally how she behaved. When she got on that stand, she behaved like a chaotic animal in a dress. And that's the truth. That's the truth. She's no decent, sound human being will want their kid acting like that. But somehow in the black community, that's what is deemed as acceptable. And then you get mad when people say that the culture is trash. You get mad at me because I say that the culture's trash when you champion trash. B. Fry, proving my point again. She's an example of how hard work pays off. Yeah, that's what you should do, young women. You work, crush people, fight your way to the top, and be corrupt, and use that corruption to basically secure yourself and be a political tool, while sleeping with married men. Absolutely. I got your back with the facts right here, because B. Fry doesn't know what he's talking about if we're really being truthful. He doesn't really know what he's talking about. Within the context of the religious ceremony of marriage, they made a covenant before the Christian God, which is spiritually binding till death do them part. That is what marriage is. And this is my problem. This is why I've said before that it's scary for somebody with traditional values to want to get married now. Because guess what? People don't take those vows serious. They don't even understand what they're doing. They don't even understand what they're saying. They don't understand what they're actually doing, like the process that they're doing. Even down from the bride having white dresses, you know what I mean, to symbolize purity, or from all the way to the handing off of the bride's father to the groom. They don't even understand what they're actually doing, but they do it. and they engage in it, and you know what I mean? And then that's what I mean. It's sad. It's really sad. It's really sad because at the end of the day, it's these people are making a mockery. And then somebody like B. Fry says, oh, they're not married. They're not married spiritually. It's just legally that they're still married. Well, guess what? They made a spiritual commitment. So guess what? They have to break that spiritual commitment too. And that's represented legally too. Anybody that knows anything knows that when people got married, even in biblical times, they were legally married. There was no separation between spiritual marriage and legal marriage. It was marriage. Even when it was just business, it was still marriage. Robert Oliver asked B. Fry, what is the best way for young sisters to snag married men? B. Fry says God doesn't say anything about divorce. That's a lie. That's a lie. That's an absolute lie. That's an absolute lie. That's an absolute lie. It's in the Bible. What are you talking about? This is where it gets dangerous, where people that claim to be independent thinkers just make up their own mind about stuff. This is why you got to be careful about even just calling yourself an independent thinker. I say that, and I'm very careful about that. Look, B. Fry, you're wrong. You're absolutely wrong. That's a lie. You're being like, that's a lie. That's a lie. The Bible is very explicit about divorce. They talk about it. So what are you talking about? Is very explicit. Paul even talk. They have this stuff is in the Bible, man. This information isn't hidden. It's not hidden, and this is part of the problem with the black culture. You know, I had a conversation with somebody. Guys. Let's just talk about this for a second. I had a conversation with somebody, and the conversation was about how people love to throw around the term Marxist. Oh, he's a Marxist. Oh, they're a Marxist organization, right? Or love to say Marxist, right? And the guy made a great point. And the great point that he made was that most black folks don't know nothing about no goddamn Marxism. They're not a Marxist organization. They don't even know what Marxism is. You know why? Because they niggas will have to read. Niggas don't read. And I say that to say, that's the point. You cannot sit there and say something like that to where like the God doesn't say anything about divorce. The Bible is God's word. That's the whole point of the Bible. The inspired text. That's literally the point. You have to man, look, look, y'all. Oh God. B. Fry is something else, man. That's not true. The Bible does talk about divorce. It's not something that is not accepted. It's not accepted either. It's not, or when I say it's not accepted, it's frowned upon. It's not something that is looked upon with favor. B. Fry says, you are part of the culture. We are not monolithic. No, I'm not part of the culture. I divested, buddy. I'm a divester. I'm a divester. And that don't mean I divested from black women or anything like that. No, I divest from the culture. That means that mentality that got you in the chokehold right now, that loyalty that you have to this woman, I divested from that. Religion ain't God. Totally different. Okay, but if you, What are we talking about here? Robert Oliver says, why is a single woman having sex with a married man such a wonderful thing? Again, be fried. He's never gonna, Robert, he's never gonna answer your question. I don't know why he's ignoring you, but yeah. I don't know why he's dancing around these points. You asking great questions. You really are. And like, shout out to you, Robert, because you clever. And I love the way you ask questions. I love the way you asking these questions. But this guy, he's dancing. He's not gonna answer. I don't know why. I got your back says Beef Fry is either trolling or severely out of touch with reality. I don't know either. And I'm gonna tell you the truth. I don't know. Sometimes I genuinely feel like he's trolling. Sometimes I really feel like it's a troll. And then other times it's like he's being sincere. But then there's other times where it's like so disingenuous that it just has to be a troll. So I'm gonna be honest. I'm stumped. I don't know. But if B Fry is just trolling, then he's great at it. Great. B Fry says, yes, the spiritual commitment was broken. No, the spiritual commitment was the spiritual commitment. See, that's the thing. Do y'all understand until death do you part does not only mean it doesn't mean like when someone violates the other. No, it means that y'all got to work that ish out. That's what it means if we're really being honest. The Bible doesn't Good counsel says correct. We aren't a monolith. However, if you're not down with degenerate behavior, you are considered a C word. Who wants to be white? Facts. Absolutely fact. Religion does. God don't. The Bible, religion is different from spirituality. Bible is man-made. No. What? I heard. Yeah, whatever. I hear you. I got your back says they have a soul tie now. Like it or not, they have sown something real. That's absolutely true. And that's another thing people don't understand. That's why body count is such a big thing. And you got to be careful about who you connect with, because guess what? That kind of stuff is real. It is real. And just on a physiological level, like on a physical level, a biological level, like everybody you hook up with, you imparting DNA. You're leaving a part of yourself within them on a physical level. So, they have studies showing that the more sex partners you have, the easier it is for you, or the harder it is for you to be able to pair bond and all these things. And that's not the point right now. We're just talking about just plain being extramarital affairs. And that's the point. Like I said before, I believe that you're single or you're married. You're either married. You're either married or divorced. And there is no in between. So regardless of if someone cheats on the other, get divorced and do you. But get divorced. That's my point. B. Fry says Marxism is a political philosophy and a method of social life. It was used. Nobody was asking for the definition of it. I was using that to illustrate a point. It's just that people just don't really be knowing what they talk about. They don't really know what they're talking about. But just for the due diligence of everybody, I guess. There are people that really don't actually know that. Yeah. Let's see. Sorry guys. Robert Oliver says, what is the best way for her to show young black single women how to get with a black married man? Be Fry, I really want you to answer that. I really want you to answer some of these questions instead of just dodging them. You know what I mean? Otherwise, it really do look like you just trolling. I got your back says B. Fry must be guilty of doing the same or similar things. He's looking for every angle to discredit marriage, the Bible, and what the Christian God represents. Sad, and it's the truth. And he spends just as much energy defending Fanny's bad behavior, and that's the truth. He's consistent. I'll give him that. He gives that same energy defending that bad behavior. So that's why I say he's a perfect example. Be Fry again, not actually being direct because his marriage was over. The marriage is currently still going on. I told you, you're either single or you're married. B. Fry says, I'm well read and I have researched. I'm serious, not trolling. I mean, nobody's saying you're not well read, B. Fry. It's just, you know what I mean? That doesn't mean you can't be trolling. We don't know that. Nobody's saying you're an idiot or anything like that. We just don't. Yeah, I mean, like, I don't get it. I just don't get it. I got your back says, even if she got with him after divorce, she's still engaged in sex outside of marriage. She is a Christian, and so is he. Their religion forbids this. Yeah, that's actually I mean, that's true, but we know most people are just not living by that. But I mean, yeah, I mean, for her to be even just for her to be in a position where she can get in front of the pulpit the way she does. You know what I mean? And so but the facts are the facts. You know what I mean? I got your back. Don't let him distract you from the facts. The facts are the facts that Nathan Wade is married right now. And you can Google this. Nathan Wade is married right now. He's currently married. So it's not like they got together after a divorce. Nathan Wade is married right now. He's married at this moment. At this very moment right now, Nathan Wade is married. No, and so like at the end of the day, B. Fry can try to distract and try to use alternative like ways to frame the situation, but that's just what it is. It's framing the situation. At the end of the day, Nathan Wade is married as we speak. As we speak, going through an open divorce case. An open divorce case that he's going to have to deal with as soon as all this mess goes away. While he's licking his wounds from getting tossed aside by Fani, he's got an open divorce case he's got to deal with now. And all that money he got, that's $500,000, now he got to answer for it. And if any of you have been through a divorce before, I hear that these women, they can be really vicious with what they take. B. Fry says those are words. It's up to the individual to accept them or not. And this is what I mean when I say there are no standards. If everything is just words. But I mean, if there is no standard, then guess what? We're just running around doing whatever. If that's the case, then like I said, black culture is just trash because it's a chaos. It's a culture of hyenas, and hyenas are chaotic animals. And guess what? If we're a culture of hyenas, we're trash. We're trash. And that's the truth. B. Fry says, therefore, there is no need to even go to a judge or a church to get married, right? Great question. Great question. Because if that's the case, you would just go in your backyard and just say, I'm married. You right? Wouldn't you just go in your backyard and just say, I'm married, if that's the case? You would just do like that guy Nature Boy. You would just do like him and just go out in your backyard and just have a bunch of these people. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Well, don't do what Nature Boy did. Don't do that. But you know what I'm saying? But I'm just saying, like, yeah, you wouldn't go to the courthouse. You wouldn't go to the judge, to pastor, right? All you need to do technically is just to declare your marriage to each other. I got your back says she also had a sexual relationship with a subordinate, which is unethical and leads to a lot of issues within the work environment. We've seen how detrimental these arrangements are. That's true, and that's why the judge found them guilty of appearance of impropriety. That's literally what happened. That's what happened. Because there was an appearance of impropriety, Nathan Wade had to step down. So even though B. Fry doesn't like to speak on that part, but the judge found that there was an appearance of impropriety, and therefore, basically, Nathan Wade had to step down. He had to get out of there. He had to get out. Robert Oliver says, if I were married and I decided in my mind the marriage is over, I am free to have sex with another woman tonight, right? Great question. I would really like to know the answer to that. She can't show people how to get married. She can't show people how to get a married man. Your spirituality in your soul/heart, not in the Bible. God never said no sex outside prior to marriage. The Pope added that in the Bible. Okay. Robert Oliver says, and God never said not to have sex with a person you are not married to, right? That's literally what he just said, Robert. That's literally what he just said. This is insane. This is insane. Fornication. He said the Pope added fornication to the Bible. Just like the I guess the Pope added not to lay with the same sex then, right? This is the danger of this is the danger of people claiming the title of free thinkers, because at the end of the day, when you say you're a free thinker, you can literally just say whatever you want. And you know what I mean? You can say whatever you want, or you can look at something and based off of your interpretation, you can basically say it means whatever. And nobody can really tell you anything because or nobody can even present all different ideas because you interpret it the way you interpret it. And that's Jesus Christ. Golly. Robert Oliver says, to hell with standards. Blackness trumps God's law, morality, and ethics. Yeah. Yeah. That's crazy. That's crazy. And you know what I mean? It's just insane. Guys, you can't make this up. You can't make this up. You can't make it up. It's the truth. D. Fry says that's correct. You can commit to being married without minister and judge. Wow. How? That's never been the case. That's never been the case in any society. Even the secular societies still have a legal marriage system. What are you talking about? Robert Oliver asked B. Fry if he decided that he's not married anymore, can he get away with sleeping with another woman immediately? Questions that need answers. Or can I get with more than one woman? Be fried. You're saying that the Pope inserted the word fornication in the Bible. Is that what you're telling me? You're telling me that the Pope inserted fornication into the Bible. That's what you're saying. You say, quote unquote, no sex before marriage, but no, that fornication is sex before marriage. So you're telling me that the Pope inserted the word fornication into the Bible. That's what you're telling me. That's what you're telling me? Guys, you can't make this up. You can't make this up. You cannot make this up. Oh my God. Guys, this is dangerous. This is dangerous. Hold on. Like, yeah, Be Friday, you derailed the show tonight. Good job. Hold on. What? I ain't mean derail, but Jesus Christ. This is crazy. You can't say shit like that and then not back it up. No, excuse my French. Like, come on. Actually, Robert, no, you're not. No, you're not. Robert, you aren't. You aren't. This is what it's not holding up the video. This is actually really like this is important. Like this is important because he just told a blatant lie. It's a lie. Yeah, like I'm sorry, this is a lie. This is a lie, and I'm like, no, I have. It's sad that you gotta like look this kind of stuff up just because people just make up stuff. It's just because Pope Francis. Like, are you serious? You're not holding up the show though. Like I'm kicking it tonight. Yeah, we kicking it. I appreciate the comments and the engagement though. I appreciate it. Y'all not holding up the show. This is because that don't even make sense. Why am I doing this? Why the fuck? Well, I'm sorry, excuse me, but why am I doing this? Really, if we really being honest, B Fry has the burden of proof in this situation. If we really being honest, that just goes to show you how nice I am. Like, I don't have the burden of proof here, guys. I really don't. I don't have the burden of proof here, but I cannot just stand when people just lie. You know what I mean? When people just lie like that. I'm sorry. I don't mean to take up like just hold up. Because ain't Pope Francis still alive? you're telling me that this man added fornication into the Bible? Jesus Christ. I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not doing this anymore. Breathe. Breathe. Research it. Pope Francis put that in the Bible. B. Fry is lying. Robert Oliver says you are lying straight up. He's 100% lying. 100% lying. Okay? Okay, guys. Wow. You can't make this up. Guys, you can't make this up. I almost wish you could cam up. I'm not doing it, though. Nope. You know what? Jesus Christ. I can't believe this. He just said this man added fornication to the Bible. Fornication. He just said. So I guess he invented the word too, right? Golly, this is the danger. This is what I said. This is the danger of people that say that they're independent thinkers, because they sit there and they can say whatever. They can say whatever and people will believe you. There are people that will believe you, B. Fry. And they won't do the research. They won't look it up themselves. They'll just be like, oh yeah, that sounds right. And then they'll take that and then they'll apply that to their lives. And guess what? That's on your head, buddy. I Got Your Back says, B. Fry, do you understand that the Bible is a covenant unto itself, and once we accept it, it's like a contractual agreement unto itself? That's what I was saying earlier. B. Fry, the Bible isn't man-made. The Bible was written by man, but it's the inspired text of God. It's the inspired word of God. So regardless of whether you agree with it or choose to accept it, the people that believe in the Bible believe that it's the inspired word of God. So if you believe in, you can't just discredit their spirituality and then just sit there and minimize their spirituality, but then say that, oh, your spirituality is somehow different, but then you're still using God as a context. Make that make sense. You're still using God as a point of reference, but you're saying that you don't believe in the Bible, or that the Bible is man-made. That don't even make sense. I Got Your Back says that means that we accept the whole book as a guide and are therefore agreed to be bound by it. Robert says the black community is the way it is because of black people like you who think standards are for white folks. That is what you would teach your children and grandchildren. Yeah, like honestly, and we have to say it this simple for them to understand. But that's basically what we're dealing with. That's what we're dealing with here. And people that sit up and say look at her. Look at her on the screen. You see her on the screen? Look at that. That's the woman that you want your young women to be looking up to. Look at her. Excuse me. I Got Your Back says she is a Christian and a Bible believer, failing to uphold her oath to her own faith. And if she does this with her God, her character is rightfully called into question before the court. Yeah, I Got Your Back is going hardball, and I rock with it though. Yeah, like I said, you gotta stand for something. You gotta take a stand one way or the other. Robert Oliver says this video should be renamed "B. Fry Proves the Black Community Has No Standards." Yeah, I agree. I'm not gonna say B. Fry is proving it, but I'm gonna say that this video will prove. I would change it to this video will prove that the black community has no standards, with B. Fry being featured. You know what I mean? Definitely, B. Fry. You definitely do prove a lot of points that I be saying. I mean, it's all love, but come on, man. Like, come on. He says basically Robert Oliver says that same thing. Says it's only confirming what I've been saying, and it's the truth. And that's what people don't understand. I don't say this stuff because I like to say it. It's the truth. It's the truth. We celebrate and champion the worst people, but got all this pushback for people that just want to see the community do better. They expect, look, it's not even like we're expecting them to be just great people. We're not expecting them to save the world. Just don't be trash. Robert Oliver says, admit it, you believe that blackness trumps morality. Don't right, B. Fry? Oh, here we go. B. Fry says, there are over 1,100 Bibles. You guys need to wake up. Robert Oliver is sticking to the question. Sticking to the question, right? Sticking to the question. Yeah, blackness trumps morality, right? Answer the question, B. Fry. B. Fry responds and says, yes, look up to Fani. She beat 13 lawyers. Again, B. Fry is being disingenuous. She kind of beat. And she didn't even beat. If we're really being honest, Fani didn't beat anybody. What she did is she slipped out of the rope. If we're really gonna say what happened, she slipped out of the rope, and when she slipped out of the rope, the ref hit the bell. That's what happened. So as much as B. Fry wants to frame this as something that is not and be intentionally disingenuous, at the end of the day, Fani did not come out of this situation looking good. She didn't look good, and the only people that think she did is ignorant black folks. And I hate to say that, and I mean that respectfully, but black folks are the only people that think that she looked in any kind of positive light. That's the truth. Robert Oliver, sticking to that question. Answer the question, B. Fry. And B. Fry says, I was the only one that told you that Fani was not going to be disqualified. Hence, I must know something. That's... Like I said, he's just disingenuous. This is disingenuous. It's so disingenuous. Then B. Fry says, yes, blackness trumps morality. Well, that goes to show you what kind of person B. Fry is. There it goes right there. We see where this guy stands. Blackness trumps morality. You think being black is more important than a person having morals? Yeah, I ain't got nothing else to say about that. That's pathetic. That's pathetic. I feel, yeah, and that's why I say I'm not part of no I'm not part of no freaking black community. You know what I'm saying? Black community is trash. I used to say that the black culture was trash, trying to shoot the black community bail, but no, the black community is trash. It's the truth. The black community is trash. It's trash. It's trash. It's the community. It's the people. I don't even believe it's the culture so much anymore. It's the people that are just trash. It's just, like, how is, you care more about somebody being black and the pigment of their skin, something that they can't control. You put more value in that, something that they can't control, into something that they can, which is their morals, which is their ethics, which is their values. That's disgusting, B. Fry. That's disgusting. Robert Oliver says Trump. Trump's not Orange Man bad. B. Fry. Basically, Robert Oliver says, are you saying blackness is more hold on, guys, because this is insane. B. Fry, are you saying that blackness is more important than morality? The queen, B. Fry intentionally is still being disingenuous and tap dancing around the point. Says the queen rising, but it's not surprising. B. Fry says we belong to the greatest civilization in world history. Yeah, that's the American civilization. Yeah, you're right. You're right. The American civilization is the greatest civilization in world history. You're right. Robert Oliver says if B. Fry actually thinks that your channel is validated. Absolutely. Absolutely. You know what I mean? And I don't say that as like that's see, I'm not like B. Fry. I'm not looking for some kind of got you moment. Do you understand? Do you understand how bad it is that that I'm right? People really understand and really take into the gravity of what I'm saying when I say that I'm right. I started off this video saying that I believe that black culture is trash because they champion and they celebrate the worst, but they push back against people that want positive change. I keep saying it. And B. Fry is the perfect example why every sensible black that has some sense, if you know what's good for you, just divest. Just get away from these motherfuckers. Seriously. And excuse my French, but get away from them. Get away from them. Because you will drive yourself crazy trying to help somebody like B. Fry. Let's just be for real. You'll drive yourself crazy trying to help people like that. Trying to get through to people like that. You'll drive yourself crazy. Why do it? Why? Why do it? No, divest. Get away from them. Get away from them. Save yourself the stress. I always say it. Noah's Ark wasn't meant for everybody. Just go ahead, get out, save yourself, and be a beacon. Do the best you can, become the best you can, and be a light for other people to follow. Because guess what? With people like B. Fry around, they're constantly going to be perpetuating and constantly circulating that same toxic narrative that makes the culture trash in the first place. And when they do that, then guess what? You're going to make your job even harder. No, be a light, be a beacon, and be that beacon outside of the darkness so that other people that want better can follow you and pursue that light. Be something for people to get away from what they're doing. Don't try to reach them when they're there. No, let's stop that. Can we stop that? Can we stop trying to reach people in the worst and pull them out? Pull them out. This mentality that B. Fry is saying is cancer. It is cancer. It's not healthy. It's not good. It doesn't benefit the black community, but yet and still they want you to stick around and be loyal for it and go down with that ship. No. If you smart, if you got some sense, find you somebody, get you an arc. Find you an arc. You know, welcome to come on this one. But guess what? You got to understand that arc is not for everybody. It's not for everybody. You got to understand, people like B. Fry, their mentality will lead you to destruction. And I'm not, look, respectfully, B. Fry, I'm not trying to single you out, but you have to understand that you just said that blackness trumps morality. You just said that the color of your freaking skin is more important than a person having morals. Good Counsel says, same. I gave up on that black card years ago. Take it. I agree with you. Take it. Take it. I don't want it. Forget the cookout. Forget it. I don't got to come to the cookout no more. If that's what it takes, if that's the cost, if this is the cost, if this is the price of access to the cookout, no, take it. I don't want it. I don't want it. I'll be okay. I will be okay. I will be okay. I promise you. Robert Oliver says, "Be fried. Just to be clear, are you saying blackness is more important than morality?" Yes, that's what he said. Be fried says African civilization. No, but we don't live in Africa and we don't live under African civilization. So guess what? The only civilization that you probably known is American civilization. So therefore, I mean, what are you talking about? Chances are, if you're African American, then guess what? You're not the same as Africans genetically and DNA wise. So you're latching on to a culture that's really not yours. So I mean, really, that's kind of sad if we're really being honest. Really being honest, it's not unique to you, but like, come on. Like, come on. And I got your back. You're right. He's being disingenuous. B. Fry is disingenuous. Just when it comes to this case, you know what I mean? You know, when it comes to this case, basically, B. Fry is just gonna be willfully ignorant about it because he's gonna intentionally ignore what did happen because she's still on the case. In his mind, because she's still on the case, there was no consequences or there was no proof of anything that was done wrong. That's let B. Fry tell it. I got your back says B. Fry is fake woke. She wasn't disqualified because she did something right. She's a pawn for a bigger scheme. She's corrupt, point blank. And that's the truth of the matter. That's the truth of the matter. It's the truth. It's the truth. That's just crazy to me. Just crazy to me what people choose to stand behind. And he said it again. He said it again. Yes, blackness trumps morality. He said it again. Robert Oliver wants the explanation. I do too. I got your back says, like I said, B. Fry defends this mess because he's guilty of them. He has no standards, but thinks that he's the woke one in the room. A hot mess. Yeah, I'm just gonna be honest. That's it. African blacks. Every black is not African. So what are you talking about? Or that's well, let me not say it like that. But yeah, there's more blacks than just African. There's a wide spectrum of blacks in the diaspora. So what are you talking about? So I mean, I just. From the okay, you one of them. From the ancient, okay, yeah, I'm done. Y'all can have it. Y'all can have it if y'all want to keep going with them. B. Fry, tell us why black people need to reject morality to be a great people. For you religious, B. Fry says, for you religious zealots, when was Jesus born? What? I'm not a zealot, just so you know. Robert says, tell us why black people need to reject morality to be great people. Excuse me. I got your back says, all those compliments are of our, I'm sorry, it got me frazzled. All those accomplishments are of our ancestors. What are our people doing today that comes even close to that level of greatness? Give us an example, please. You guys are asking questions that B. Fry is not going to answer. It's not going to answer. B. Fry says, I'm African. So are you. I'm not African. I'm American. I wasn't born in Africa. I wasn't born in Africa. And guess what? Truth be told, I'm a mutt. I'm a mutt. I got white people in my blood. So, like, I'm not African. I'm not African. I'm something different. I'm a mutt. I'm American. How about that? I'm not African. I don't identify as African, and I'm genetically not African. So, no. Like, no, get out of here. Like, you can't tell me what I am. I'm not African. Not African. No. If you wanna be that, you be that. But I'm a mutt. I'm a mutt. That's the truth. So I have no shame about that. And you know why I don't have any shame about that? And I'm not saying like I'm a direct mutt. No, both my parents are black, but guess what? I got white in my blood. So you know why I don't have any shame about saying that I'm a mutt? Because guess what? My identity is not tied to my skin color. My identity is not tied to the pigmentation of my skin. And that's the problem. You're too wrapped up in what your skin says, in the melanin on your skin, that you think that trumps anything, or you think that makes you particularly special compared to anybody else, when in reality, it doesn't. Black people are just that, people. People. Guess what? You bleed the same way as everybody else. You cry when you're sad the same way as everybody else. You're not like, no, it's just not, no, this is just not cool. You're not African. No, well, I mean, you can claim whatever you want, but I'm not African. I'm American. Don't call me, no, that's the same thing I say about people with that cisgendered nonsense. Don't call me cisgendered. I'm a man. No, I am American. That's the truth of the matter. I don't have any desire to be anywhere else or go anywhere else, and nor am I welcome anywhere else. I'm American. I got your back says technically we should be building on top of what they've lain. Instead, we see pure degeneracy and reprobate behavior in everything. The world sees it, but black folks who love the mess and chaos. Right, exactly. Just like Fani Willis. Fani Willis just basically got up there and acted a fool. And there's people that literally would champion and support her behavior. They think that she did nothing wrong. Again, B. Fry is being disingenuous. Right, she's still on the case because there was no evidence. The judge went too far with his bar. Went too far with his barbs. And that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. B. Fry is disingenuous. He's disingenuous. He says that there was no evidence, but he won't say that there was no evidence for actual conflict of interest. See, B. Fry is so disingenuous. And that's why people think you're a troll. That's why people think you're a troll, because you're so disingenuous. You're so disingenuous. There was no evidence of actual conflict of interest. But then the judge went on to give 15 other pages about all the things that she did do. You're talking about page 2 and 3, when the judge literally gave 15 pages about what she did wrong. 15 pages. Where he cited that there was the appearance of impropriety, which was grounds for removal. Just because he chose not to enact that extreme, he said the judge literally explained everything that he did. Whether we agree with it or not, that's another story. But the judge explained everything that he did. So when you sit there and you say that, you're being disingenuous. And that's why I'm saying, that's why people think you're a troll. You're not telling the truth. You're being intentionally dishonest. And that's the truth. That's the truth. No, like nothing personal, respectfully. But you know what you're doing. You know what you're doing. You keep saying it. You keep saying there was no evidence, when in reality, there was no evidence of actual conflict. But the judge said that there was evidence of appearance of impropriety. So why can't you just be genuine and actually tell the truth? Why can't you tell the truth, B. Fry? And being the woke one in the room is not a term of endearment. That's not That's not a flex. Just so you know, being woke is not a flex. It's not a flex. Robert Oliver says, so tell us why black people need to reject morality to be great people. Still asking the same question. The same questions that don't need answers. Robert Oliver says that is a red herring to ask when was Jesus born. Yeah, that's why I just ignored him. I'm not gonna do like the little petty debate tactics that people do. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Like, what the fuck? Like, what does Jesus being born? When was Jesus born? Have anything to do with anything that we're talking about? What does that have to do with anything that we're talking about? It doesn't. Robert Oliver with the facts say Africans say we are Americans. Well, yep, that's what they say because we're not them. But black girl magic, right? That's Fani Willis, black girl magic. B. Fry says, I asked about when Jesus was born to prove a point. Robert, well, actually, this is a great point. Well, Robert's about to say, you asked that to prove a point, but yet and still you failed to answer any question that Robert has posed to you about why you feel the way you feel. When you are on the egregious morality spectrum here. So you're really not in a position to be asking questions to prove a point when you can't answer simple questions that that other people have asked you, right? That's only fair, right? You're really not in a position to say this. I'm just saying. Robert is asking the question again. You have not explained why black people need to reject morality to be a great people. It's just crazy. It's insane. Oh, Jesus. I got your back says most blacks are not African because we were not born there, never been there, and we have mixed ancestry. Most my ancestors are indigenous Americans, but nobody wants to talk about that. Nobody wants to talk about that, about all the different types of black people that possibly, that were likely, that actually were living here that predate, or that not that predate, but that were living here already. So wide spectrum. That's what I'm saying. The Africans are not the only blacks in the diaspora. So you can't just sit there and just uniformly apply the term African to everybody. No. And we're different. We're different. And people that ignore that simple fact that, like I said, B. Fry, you just make me use his words so much, but it's disingenuous. Disingenuous. B. Fry with the contradiction says, don't reject morality. Oh, now here we go. The judge went too far with appearance. Nothing was proven. And this is what I'm talking about. Why are you like this, B. Fry? Why are you like this? B. Fry, why are you like this? You literally are ignoring everything that is factually proved or that the judge determined in the case. What is wrong with you? Robert says, B. Fry, blackness is more important than morality, right? B. Fry says yes. Then B. Fry says zero evidence, so the same old thing, same old. B. Fry, blackness. Why is blackness more important than morality? Ways should not be removed. Whatever. B. Fry says our blackness is included. Our blackness is includes morality, but encapsulates much. What the fuck? What? Okay. Robert asks, how does blackness include morality when blackness is much more important than morality? Wow. B. Fry B. Fry says morality is a subset of our blackness. How so? Africans came to America 10,000 years prior to Columbus, and B. Fry explained how morality is a subset of blackness. Oz, you can't make this up. You can't make this up. You can't make this up. Oh. I'm done with that. Let's just go ahead and get to this video. Have fun, Robert. I'm gonna let you have it for a little while. Rock out, because B. Fry's giving me a headache because he knows what he's doing. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe he doesn't. Well, you know what? Maybe that's wrong. Maybe he doesn't know what he's doing. American 10,000 red herring. That's all it is. That's all he's doing is just using. It's just cheap debate tactics. That's the truth of the matter. It's just cheap debate tactics. It's the truth. It's sad. It's really sad. Yeah, but anyway, let's go back to watching this bad behavior from this woman, this hyena in the dress. That's what she is. At the end of the day, she's a hyena in the dress.
Broke is relative to depending where you are, but that hurt to lose that $50,000. So I'm sure my mental mindset was like, I just gave $50,000 away.
Right. So they characterized it from their conversations with you that you were broke, you had poured your own money into the campaign, and you weren't able to pay your own bills because of your clients couldn't pay their bills to you, and you had a paltry array of family and asset forfeiture cases. It says you were trying to make it month to month. Is that an accurate depiction of your financial situation at that point?
I would want to read that, but I don't remember clients not being able to pay their bills. Or
may I approach, Judge?
You can.
You may.
Page 13.
I have not read this book. So like this fact here, her ex-husband Fred had run into a financial. I have no information about that.
I didn't ask you about that.
Okay.
I just asked about if what they represent from their interviews with you, that you were broke and that you had clients that weren't able
to. I got your back. This is actually the exact problem with most woke people. See, they think they so woke. But what it is they end up needing sleep. That's the problem. B. Fry needs some sleep. Get that boy some sleep. Jesus Christ. Not, you know what I'm saying? I'm just talking crap, but come on. B. Fry, you need help, man. I'm just saying. Like, respectfully.
pay their bills.
Can you show me where that is? Because this is where you put the tab, so that's where I read.
Broke, put it, pay their bills.
Yeah, I'm sure I characterized myself as broke as leaving that $50,000. I don't know that I had her nascent law practice at paltry array.
Well, you just
I didn't have.
Ms. Murphy.
I thought I had a law practice. So this is not correct. I'm sure it's just I didn't have any asset forfeiture cases. So I had one case where they had took one of my clients' money at the airport. I don't know if that's what they're I don't know. Paltry array. I did have family law cases. I guess that's what they're talking about. And clients who couldn't pay their bills ain't clients. So no.
So my question was just if this was a fair and accurate representation.
All right, let me come back down. Let me come back down real quick because Robert said something that needs to be addressed, because this is my understanding too that ancient civilizations did not condone things like adultery and other things like and other practices like that. In ancient Kemet, adultery was considered a religious crime and was punishable by death. Adultery was defined as a married person having sex with someone other than their spouse. And B. Fry doesn't actually answer the. Golly. B. Fry says at Kivit, we had a way of life. That doesn't really address what he said, B. Fry. It doesn't address what he said. Can you just please answer the question just once? Just like Fani. You just like Fani. Can you just answer the question? Can you answer the question? We're not going in circles. We're not going in circles, B. Fry. You're wrong. He's legally married. There is no going in circles. You can try to frame it however you want. But right now, at this very moment, Nathan Wade is married. We're not going in circles. You're going in circles. You're going in circles. We're watching. We're watching and we're trying to tell you, stop. You know, you're chasing your tail. You're going in circles. You're going in circles. We're trying to tell you that, and you're going in circles. We're not going in circles. We're trying to just get an understanding. But, I mean, willful ignorance is a thing. Willful ignorance is a thing, and if you want to be like that, then, I mean, that's up to you. But guess what? Nathan Wade is legally married. He's married right now. Right now, he's married.
Where it says you were trying to make it month to month at that point in time.
No, I don't think that that is actually a fair and accurate representation, but I am certain that after the 2018 election,
and also, there is no distinction between legal marriage and spiritual marriage. And that's been that way since the beginning of time. There is no distinction. You don't get spiritually married. That's never been recognized in society. It's never been recognized in any type of civilized society. Find me one, B. Fry. Find me a society where they have recognized spiritual marriage and not legal marriage, where people could get married spiritually and they didn't have to get married legally. Find me one. If they chose to get married. Now, there are cultures where marriage is emphasized. Now, you could say that, but if you wanted to get married, you were doing it legally. There is no spiritual marriage and no legal marriage. They go hand in hand. Even when you go to the courthouse, you still are saying vows. What are you talking about?
I'm still not really happy about having given up that $50,000.
You know when you paid your tax lien?
Look at it. He says that the people of Kemet will put
you know if you
Fani
paid
on the throne. People of Kemet would not put a masculine ass woman on the throne. I'm sorry. People of Kemet would not put a woman that behaves like Fani on the throne, and that's the truth of the matter. That's the truth of the matter. All these people that love to talk about all this African spirituality and all that stuff, Africans respected gender roles too. This is crazy. This is crazy to me. This is crazy to me. These ancient, these people from Kemet are the people who lived in societies that form the basis of other societies. So what are you talking about? There's evidence of this. These women weren't masculine women. They wouldn't put Fani on the throne. This is insane. This is insane. Robert says a woman who committed adultery, you do not represent the great risings very well. B. Fry says it starts with the spirit of love. The European version with paperwork comes later. That's crazy. No, that's not true. In fact, no, that's not true. That's never been the case. That's never been the case. People are not out here. They were not out here marrying for love back in ancient civilizations. That's not true. So what are you talking about? They weren't marrying for love. What are you talking about? This guy is insane. Robert Oliver is calling you out too. He says you even violate the morality and laws of Kemet. Yeah, I don't know. I think B Fry is trolling. I don't know. I'm starting to think it's just because it's too intentional.
I know I've paid some taxes. I don't know. I don't want to speculate.
Did you tell anyone at Fulton County Board of County Commissioners about your relationship with Mr. Wade?
Want a satisfying remote-friendly job that pays well? Get into tech quickly with 1010. We're not like...
No.
See, I know I'm not tripping. See, Robert Oliver, thank you, because I know I'm not tripping. Since the beginning of time, like, come on. Marriage has always been, it's always been a contract. Always. Like, we're not talking about no spirit of love. What are you talking about? They weren't getting married for love. It was, how can your family benefit my family? Oh, I think you'll be an asset to me. Oh, I want you to have my children. You have my children. Guess what? You come with this. You come with that. Oh, well, I guess I got to give that in order to get you. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on. This stuff is... And these be the woke people. And this is how they get you, guys. This is really how they get you. This is how they get you. I got your back says he's excusing adultery because this is now the norm. Close to the half of the community is birthing babies out of fornication and adultery, which is causing the breakdown of the black family. And that's true. That's true. That's true. That's true. No, that's absolutely true. That's absolutely true. All this, you know, and it's just, I mean, yeah, it's just, it's crazy. Robert Oliver, yeah, you're absolutely right. Thank you guys for your comments. B Fry, you're not in a position to do that. You're not in a position to do that. Like, you really, like, believe it or not, you're really not in a position to do that. But whatever. Like, if that's where you want to take it, you want to take it. Yeah, I'm probably the youngest person here. But, you know, I'm just saying, like, the fact that you're saying that, I mean, and you're saying the things that you're saying goes to show. It just goes to show, yeah. Yeah, all right, now, I'm serious now. I'm not giving you no more. Yeah, because like I said, you're being intentionally disingenuous, B Fry, just because you say the same thing. And then you have the nerve to say people are young in thought. Like, come on, bro. Like, come on. I'm not doing this. Y'all have fun with B Fry, but we're gonna get back to watching this hyena in a dress make a fool out of herself and show how not to be, how black women should not be, because we're gonna ignore B Fry, because guess what? B Fry is trying to keep women in prison for whatever reason. I'm not sure, but he wants women to not be their best selves. He wants their life to be harder. He wants them to have opposition that they don't need to have. And at the end of the day, he means bad for the community. He means bad for the community. B Fry means bad for the community. So at the end of the day, I mean, y'all can go back and forth with him all you want, but I mean, at the end of, like, yeah, that's just people, you have to understand that if you in the black community, if you don't stand for anything, then don't get mad when somebody says that your culture is trash. I ain't worried about it. I'm divesting. I'm just trying to help the people that I can. But no, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing this. Look at this hyena.
Did you disclose your relationship to anybody at Fulton County?
No, I don't think so.
And as the chief law enforcement officer of Fulton County, I assume that you're familiar with the county code and ordinances.
I've said we're not going to cover that in this hearing, Ms. Merchant.
I'm sorry, Judge?
I think we said we weren't going to cover the county regulations.
Okay, and I won't. Let me ask you this then. So are you aware that you're required to disclose any relationship with someone that you contract with in Fulton County?
I'm going to object to the court's prior ruling that you made this morning.
Would this be different because it's a potential for impeachment?
Yes.
What did you ask me?
Ms. Merchant, if you could re-ask the question.
Okay.
Just to answer your question, before the reason why I'm not having no patience for this is because, like I said, this is exactly the problem that is wrong and scary for the black community, and it's not something to joke about. It's not a joke. And the fact that if you really believe that more like things like morality aren't as important as blackness, if you really believe that we should be championing the worst people, then guess what? You are part of the problem. You're an issue in the black community. I hate to say that, but that's what it is. And then you have the nerve to sit there and say people are young in thought because they don't agree with you when your mentality is the cancer of the black community. That's your mentality. Your mentality is a cancer in the black community, and that's the truth. That's the truth. So nobody's mad. I'm just over it. I'm over it. At least for today.
Are you aware that Fulton County requires you to disclose any relationship with someone that you're doing business with?
I'm not aware, and I know often that things are confused with state constitutional officers in county, but I'm not aware.
Okay, so it's your understanding.
No, I'm not giving opinions on you. I haven't judged you off of anything but what you said. I haven't judged you based off of anything but what you said. You said that blackness trumps morality, and that's where I'm like, whoa, what? You said that. I didn't say you, and you repeated it. You said that. B. Fry, you said that morality that blackness trumps morality. That's what you said. That's dangerous. That's dangerous. You're the one that's being intentionally disingenuous about the nature and the details regarding the case and the decision from the judge. You're being intentionally disingenuous. Not me. I'm just judging you. I'm not judging you off anything but what you said and what you're doing. You get get out of here. Get out of here, man. Come on. Like I said, get away from these people because these people will pull you down. They will pull you down. I Got Your Back says, I've been divested. Same. The black community is a sinking ship. I was just saying this. Only the truly wise and discerning will jump ship while the going is good. Yep. You want to sit around with the beef fries and go down with the ship? Be my guest. But guess what? I've given you your warning. I'm Noah. I've given you the warning that the rain is coming. Now, guess what? If you don't want to get on the ark, don't try to get on the ark when the rain's already here. But this is what I mean. B. Fry, all he does is just repeat and recycle the same things over and over again while intentionally leaving out information that doesn't fit the point that he's trying to make. And it's typical leftist tactics, and it's frustrating. I'm just going to be honest. It is frustrating. It's the truth. It is very frustrating. It's very frustrating. And then he repeats it again. Blackness trumps morality. He repeats it again. Dangerous. Dangerous. Divest. Get away from the black community, because when people think like B. Fry, there are people that will believe and listen to what B. Fry says, and then they will go and lead you astray. That's the truth. Robert Oliver says you have to twist the Bible and even ancient Egypt to suit your beliefs. B Fry says, therefore, blackness is more important than truth. Yep. Shout out to Robert for the super chat. Thank you. I appreciate you, Robert. Robert says you proved your point perfectly. Honestly, I can't even take credit for this. B Fry showed up and showed out. honestly, it's him. But I appreciate the super chat. Genuinely, I appreciate it. And for everybody that's tuned in, let's just take a minute to just, shout out Robert Oliver for the super chat, because that's big. That's big. This is my third super chat and the second person to give me a super chat. And it's big. And I just want to say that I appreciate you, Robert. Thank you. Thank you so much. Seriously. You've officially made this stream worth it. You have really made this worth it. Thank you. Because oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh Jesus. Thank you again, Robert Oliver. I appreciate you. B Fry says that the Bible is a derivative of the teachings of ancient, and he still has the nerve. And that's what I mean. Yeah. Honestly, I don't even need to play anymore, Fanny, because B Fry has absolutely proved my point tonight, guys. I'm just gonna be real with you. B Fry has absolutely proved my point tonight. And so, on that note, I want to really ask a question, because in light of this, am I wrong to say that black culture is trash? Because when we have people, because B Fry is not unique, and as much as he would like to think that he's unique, he's actually not unique. The way he thinks, the way he believes in, the things that he's saying is not unique. Believe it or not. So if we know that there are a lot of people that think like him, that think that morality is less important than the freaking pigmentation of your skin, or even more so, he had the nerve to say that morality is a subset of your skin color. That means that your morality comes along with your skin color. We're just talking nonsense here. These are the people that are speaking up for the black community, that are speaking for the black community, that represent the black community. So I'm going to leave you guys with this question tonight, because I'm going to get out of here. But I'm going to leave you guys with this question. And I just want to know. Do you think Fani Willis is the type of woman that you would want your daughters, the women around the black community emulating or trying to be like? And if you do think so, why do you think so? And do you not realize that you are literally proving my point? Because the worst kind of people, it's not even just, I won't even say the worst kind of people. I'm going to say that the people who believe that Fani is without fault are people that are concerning to me. And that's all I'm going to say. And I'm going to leave it at that. And for everybody that commented, I appreciate you, whether I agree or disagree. But at the end of the day, I appreciate you. I'm glad that, we can have this discussion. It's probably going to be a part 2 to this, and, maybe, I don't know. Are y'all interested? Would y'all be interested in camming up and having this discussion? Because I think that this is a great case study. And I think that B Fry is a great case study. And I'm going to just be honest. That's just the truth. But it's just crazy to me. I just can't rock out with people that think it's more important to be black that think it's more important to be black than it is to be good people. That's something that I just can't wrap my brain around. I just can't. I can't personally. But I definitely, like I said, we definitely gonna keep this discussion again and pop this off. But I personally, I want y'all to cam up. You know what? Well, actually, let me change that. I want y'all to come up. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to cam up if you don't want to. I understand that. But next time, let's see if maybe we can, try to get like a panel going on or something like that. But I just, you know what I mean? I just get frustrated sometimes. But, I mean, it's all love, though. It's all love. I appreciate it because you keep me on my toes, B-Fry. So, Robert Oliver says, let's do it again. Thank you. Appreciate it. B-Fry says, thank you for the discussion. Thank you for coming in. Basically, thank you, B-Fry, for keeping the show going. I got your back says, you are not wrong. The culture has degenerated something terrible, and there are too many who praise and worship it the way that it is. They can't see the horrors of our current conditions, and I agree. B. Fry says they both are subsets of blackness. Robert Oliver says, how? I'm going to try to let y'all get that off real quick. I'm going to try to let y'all get that off real quick, but I'm finna hop off in a minute. But I just want to say again that I appreciate everybody for, stopping through. And, you could have been doing anything, but you were here rocking it out with me. And for that, I'm grateful to you. And I just need you to know that I genuinely don't take that for granted. It's important. It's important that you know that I appreciate you. And real talk, you guys are dope. You guys are dope. Even though I fundamentally disagree with everything that B. Fry says, B. Fry, you're dope too. You know what I mean? And that's just, like I said, just come up. Come up. Let's have this. Let's have a conversation next time. But let's have a conversation. Yeah. Basically, yeah. I mean, I'll let you guys know. Yeah. I'll let you guys know. We'll keep this conversation going because I really want to know. And it's not just gonna be just about Fani Willis, but it's also just gonna be about the fact that just black culture in general just supports bad behavior, and it allows people to get away with bad behavior just off of the basis of them being black. But on that note, hope you guys have a great rest of your night, and hope everything is well with you guys. Peace out.